Topic 3.1 Bearing stress. Bearing stress is the contact pressure between the separate bodies. It differs from compressive stress as it is an internal stress caused by compressive force. So, we have here the formula. The bearing stress is equal to force over the bearing area. So, ano pinagkaiba ng bearing stress doon sa shear stress at sa tensile stress? So, kung pag-uusapan natin itong force P na to, as you can see here, so we have here two plates connected by the rivet. So, dito, if this is the force P, itong area na to, this is the area normal to the force P. So, itong kinulayan ko, this is the gross area that we are going to consider for the axial stress. So, we have here the axial stress is equal to the force over the gross area. Kung dito naman sa net area, yung consideration natin, ito yung net area, so ibabawas natin yung area no na may butas. Kumbaga, kung sa buong plate from here up to here, so walang bawas dyan, that is gross area. But kung ang kino-consider natin ay itong width na to, so kung i-less natin yung whole diameter dahil dito sa ating connector, then that is the net area. So itong dalawa na to, that is the net area. And axial stress ang kino-compute natin dyan. So we have here the stress, dito ay for the gross and this is for the net. And we have the force over the net area. At itong mga to ay axial stress. Kasi ang area na kino-consider natin dito is perpendicular to the force applied. Now, for the shearing naman, so posible na maputol yung rivet dito sa part na to. So, dito naman, ang i-consider nating area dyan ay yung cross-sectional area nung connector. So, this is now the area para doon naman kay shear. So, we have the shear stress is equal to the force applied over the shear area. So, yun yung pinagkaiba ng axial at saka ng shear stress. So, for the axial stress that is acted on the plate, while the shearing is acting on the connector, it is either the bolt or the rivet. Now, for the bearing naman, bearing is the area, no? Since ang bearing is on the plate, as you can see here, this is the bearing area. Anong pinagkaiba ng bearing area dun sa nabanggit ko kanina? So, for the bearing, kung ito yung connector, yung bearing is the horizontal projection of the connector. So, for the horizontal projection, ito yung thickness ng plate multiplied by the diameter of the connector. So the bearing area is the product of the diameter of the connector and the thickness of the plate. So for the bearing stress, that is the force over the bearing area. So yung pinagkaiba, since we know that the idea of stress is just equal to force over area. So, makikita natin dito, the same force yung kino-consider natin, and that is the force P. Nagkakaiba lang sila dito sa area. For the area of axial stress or normal stress, that is the perpendicular area to the force applied. And for the shear, that is the area parallel to the force applied. And for the bearing, it is the horizontal projection of the connector to the plate. So, yung bearing is on the plate and the shear is for the connector and the axial is for the plate. In this case, no, kasi pwede rin tayo magkaroon ng axial stress doon sa connector if you have the force applied to the connector is perpendicular sa kanya.